Welcome back, boys, to another brand new video, and today I'm going to be making a top 5 weakness policy Pokemon video for VGC 2020. So pretty much with the introduction of Dynamax this generation, plenty of Pokemon are running weakness policy. That massive HP buff will pretty much guarantee that you survive a super effective hit and then get weakness policy up and counter right back. And I'm going to be making a top 5 list right here. I'm going to try and kind of explain why I have each Pokemon in the order that I do. But I'm pretty sure you guys are going to agree with number 1 and number 2 because at this point in the meta, I'm pretty sure everybody has run into these two Pokemon with weakness policy. So at number 5, we have Mudsdale. Now the reason why I have Mudsdale at number 5, even though it is a very popular Pokemon currently in VGC 2020, is because, well, people aren't running it with weakness policy. And I'm actually quite surprised about this, but you can see right here, Mudsdale, the top used items: Assault Vest, Citrus Berry, Leftovers, and then it's just Berry with Life Orb at the bottom right there. So people aren't running it with weakness policy. And Mudsdale's stats are just insane. 100 HP, 125 attack, 100 defense, 55 special attack, which doesn't matter because you're never going to be running out special attack in Mudsdale, 85 special defense, and then 35 base speed, so you can run Mudsdale with a Trick Room team. And then you can see right here the top used moves: High Horsepower, Rock Slide, Heavy Slam, and Close Combat. So pretty much the way people are running Mudsdale right now is just Dynamax and go for like High Horsepower, which will increase your special defense. You can also go for Max Steel Strike, increasing your physical defense. You got Close Combat for Max Knuckle, increasing your physical attack. And then you have the ability Stamina at 62% for Mudsdale, which pretty much every time you get attacked, it raises your physical defense by 1 stage. So yeah, Mudsdale is an incredibly annoying Pokemon to run into in VGC 2020. Especially because you know when you see a Mudsdale, it's pretty much like 100% chance that they are going to Dynamax it. But yeah, that's the only reason why I have Mudsdale in at number 5. It's a very good Pokemon, but people just aren't running it with weakness policy right now. Alright, so at number 4, I've got Aegislash here, the Ghost and Steel type Pokemon. We can see its stats right here: 60 HP, 50 attack, 140 defense, 50 special attack, 140 special defense, and 60 speed. So this is when Aegislash is in shield form. You can see that defense and special defense. So guess what? Of course, under Dynamax, you can Aegislash is already a very bulky Pokemon when it's in shield form. So now with Dynamax, easily take a super effective hit and get weakness policy up. It's in having a space speed of 60. You can actually run Aegislash on a Tailwind team or a Trick Room team. If you want to run on a Tailwind team, you could invest some EVs in speed. And then you can even see right here, this is the reason why I have Aegislash in at number 4. The reason why I have it at number 4 over Mudsdale is because Aegislash is actually being used with weakness policy. It's actually the number 1 item for Aegislash. So weakness policy at 30%, and then we have Leftovers, Focus Sash, Red Card, Life Orb, Eject Pack, and then just Berry at the end. So that's the reason why I have Aegislash in at number 4, is because it is being used with that weakness policy. Also because of this defense, Aegislash defenses, you can just Dynamax and easily take a hit and get weakness policy up. And then you can see the moves right here: King Shield, Shadow Ball, Flash Cannon, and Shadow Sneak. So once again, another Steel type move. So this means that you can go when you're in Dynamax, you can go for a Max Steel Strike and increase Aegislash's physical defense. You can go for a Shadow Ball, which will be Max Phantasm, which will lower your opponent's physical defense. And then the only ability that Aegislash has is a Stance Change. So that's pretty much it about that's pretty much all I have to say about Aegislash. It isn't really like a super popular Pokemon right now in VGC, but yeah, the only reason why I have it here at number 4 is because its defenses are solid and people are running it with weakness policy right now. Alright, so at number 3, I have Gigalith. Now, the reason why I have Gigalith at number 3, even though when it comes to usage, Gigalith is actually, I think, the lowest on this list. Mudsdale, Aegislash are being used more than Gigalith is, but the only reason why I feel Gigalith is being underused is because of another rock-type Pokemon that is currently being used in the meta with weakness policy. But you can see right here, once again, number 1 item on Gigalith. Weakness policy, 77%. So if you run into a Gigalith, even though, overall, the chances of you running into a Gigalith are pretty low. Not many people are running it. But if you do see a Gigalith, then chances are it's going to be carrying that weakness policy. And it kind of sucks because I love Gigalith. I remember running Gigalith back in, I think it was VGC 2018 alongside Excadrill, Gengar, Sableye. It was a Gravity Hypnosis team with Sableye, Gengar, and then I had Gigalith to get the sand up for Excadrill. I really love that team. And Gigalith has some pretty solid stats as well. 85 HP, 135 attack, 130 physical defense, 60 special attack, that doesn't matter, 80 special defense, and then 25 base speed. So again, another bulky Pokemon that you can run under Trick Room. And then you can see the moves right here. Rock Slide, Super Power, Protect, Stomp and Tantrum. These are the top 4 moves to use. You also have Earthquake and Heavy Slam. So once again, just like Mudsdale, Gigalith gets moves that can increase its physical attack with Max Knuckle. It gets ground type moves like Stomp and Tantrum and Earthquake, so you can go for Max Quake and increase your special defense. And then you also have Heavy Slam, so you can go for Max Steel Strike and increase that already solid 130 physical defense. And let's see what else we got here. Curse. Oh, damn, look. Forgot about that. Gigalith also gets Curse. And then the number one ability on Gigalith is Sandstream, followed by Sturdy. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I have Gigalith in at number 3. Even though it's probably the least used Pokemon currently in the meta, I feel like it's pretty much just because it's being, you know, kind of overshadowed by another rock type Pokemon. Alright boys, and here we go at number 2. Like I said, I believe number 1 and number 2, you guys are gonna agree with me on this. At number 2, I've got Tyranitar, and the reason why I have Tyranitar in at number 2 is because the Pokemon at number 1, while both of these Pokemon are being used a lot right now in VGC 2020, the reason why I have them in at number 1 and number 2 is because Tyranitar, there's still a pretty decent chance that you're going to run into maybe a different type of Tyranitar, like there's Choice Scarf, Assault Vest, you can see right here. Even though Weakness Policy, again, Weakness Policy is the number 1 used item on this Pokemon as well, just like the other ones. At 52%, we then have Choice Scarf, Assault Vest, Life Orb. But the thing is that this wasn't how Tyranitar was being run in the beginning of the meta. And it's kind of recently that Tyranitar has been being used now with Weakness Policy, compared to the number 1 Pokemon I have on the list that pretty much has been used with Weakness Policy since like the beginning, pretty much. But yeah, Tyranitar also has Weakness Policy at number 1. We can see Tyranitar stats right here. 100 HP, 134 attack, 110 defense, 95 special attack, 100 special defense, and then 61 speed. So again, another slow Pokemon that you can still kind of run on the Tailwind team and also on the Trick Room team. The thing is that Tyranitar is 4 times weak to fighting compared to the other Pokemon on this list that don't have weaknesses like that. The number 1 Pokemon also has weaknesses like that, 4 times weak to certain typings, but it does have something to help it out. And you can see right here the moves on Tyranitar: Rock Slide, Crunch, Protect, and then Super Power. So pretty much for that Max Knuckle, you don't have anything like Max Quake or Max Steel Spike on Tyranitar to help it out with its defenses. The only good thing about Tyranitar is getting Weakness Policy up and then going for a Max Knuckle. And just like that, in one turn, you'll have a +3 attack Tyranitar, which is pretty freaking scary. And here we go, boys. At number 1, we've got Rhyperior. And I am pretty sure a lot of you guys have seen this Pokemon on Battle Stadium. And you can see just Rhyperior stats right here. 115 HP, 140 attack. This Pokemon has the highest base attack out of this entire list, with I think Gigalith and Tyranitar tying, or I forgot how much. Like, how much did Tyranitar have? Gigalith has 130. Tyranitar has 134. Okay, so it's Tyranitar then Gigalith. But yeah, Rhyperior has a higher physical attack than Tyranitar and Gigalith at 140, 130 physical defense, which actually ties Gigalith, I believe. 55 special defense, but again, doesn't matter. But then we see this Rhyperior does have 55 special defense and then 40 base speed. So again, another Pokemon that you can run under Trick Room. And then we can see the moves right here. At number 1, we've got Rock Slide, Protect, High Horsepower, Fire Punch, and then Earthquake. Now, it's funny that the Fire Punch is right here at 35%, because so far, every single Rhyperior that I've run into has been this. Rock Slide, Protect, High Horsepower, and I think it's got to be Hammer Arm, because I see them go for Max Knuckle. I have yet to see a Rhyperior use Fire Punch. So I'm actually quite surprised about this right here. But Rhyperior is 4 times weak to grass and water, but again, because of Dynamax, because of that HP buff, and then also add the fact that Rhyperior gets Solid Rock. Solid Rock reduces the amount of damage that you take from a super effective attack. So that really helps it out, especially while you're under Dynamax. And then you can see right here, Weakness Policy, 69%. So you see a Rhyperior, pretty much chances are it's going to be Weakness Policy. So it's just crazy with this whole Dynamax thing running around. It's like, if you attack Rhyperior, you're not gonna knock it out. You're not gonna knock out the Rhyperior, but you already know you gotta start getting damage on it. But at the same time, when it's in Dynamax, it's not like you're gonna do that much damage to it, and then all you're going to do is activate its Weakness Policy. Add the fact that you'll pretty much see this on Trick Room teams, and Trick Room teams are very, very strong right now. This is a Pokemon that gives me so many problems right now when it comes to VGC. Rhyperior definitely is a pain, but man, it's a solid Pokemon. And yeah, Weakness Policy, you got Life Orb, Assault Vest, pretty much I'm pretty sure trying to help it out with water type moves like Max Geyser and stuff like that. And then you got Choice Banded, but yeah, pretty much it's Weakness Policy. You see Rhyperior, it is Weakness Policy. And then obviously the number 1 ability that people are running on Rhyperior is Solid Rock, and then you got Lightning Rod. But that is pretty much my my top 5 Weakness Policy Pokemon for VGC 2020. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.